We got one of the guests tonight, man. We got Mr. Bobby Gunn. Hey, Bobby, you there?
I'm doing good, my pal. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, how's it going, man? Welcome to Cornermen Radio. What's going on with you, Bobby? How's everything?
Everything's going really good, my pal. We had a great year this year. Earlier this year, July the 1st, I was inducted into the Bare Knuckle Boxing Hall of Fame as the first ever living inductee as a current world bare knuckle champion. It was quite an honor. Upstate Belfast, New York. Scott Bird is the Bare Knuckle Boxing president.
Congratulations.
And, it was a great honor, pal. We got a lot of great things. As you know, we've been working real hard to make bare knuckle boxing a legitimate sanctioned sport. And we got a lot of great things on the horizon. Plus, we have a major television network. I can't mention the name yet, but they're doing a mini-series on myself and the sport of bare knuckle boxing. And it's unbelievable. Like the press I've been getting and the major media and the stories that I'm doing right now, it's mind-blowing. It really is. It's finally paying off, boys, all the hard work, you know?
What made you such an advocate for bare knuckle boxing?
Well, to be honest with you, it was something I've always done, and it's something part of my culture, my people, where I come from, you know, big-time bare knuckle fighters. And see, a lot of people don't understand, the bare knuckle boxing circuit, they call it the underground circuit, it was in America for hundreds of years, even when John L. Sullivan was fighting. And I just learned something this year very interesting. A lot of times we were putting posts out that I fought the first sanctioned bare knuckle fight in 123 years. And at the time, God rest his soul, the great boxing historian, Burt Randolph Sugar, said if you win this fight sanctioned, you're legitimately the linear heavyweight champion, because the last sanctioned fight was John L. Sullivan. But something was shocking this year. I found out that I was the only sanctioned bare knuckle boxing championship fight in the history of bare knuckle boxing. John L. Sullivan's fights were never sanctioned, and it was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing to be a part of that history. And you know, I'm riding this wave, boys. I hope I can ride it much longer. I'm having a great time, you know.
Bobby, it's Tim Cudd. Just real quick. Sorry to interrupt, Jesse. Quick question.
Hey, Tim.
Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on? I noticed a lot of bare knuckle fights like on YouTube and stuff, and the guys are wearing hand wraps. What's the deal with that? It's supposed to be bare knuckle, correct?
Well, yes. I'll explain to you. There's a lot of, I say, small groups out there that wear bandages on their hands, and be honest with you, that's what we call bandage knuckle boxing. That's not bare knuckle boxing. I mean, if you go to the dictionary, look up the definition of bare knuckle boxing, it clearly says no bandages or gloves. That's the ideal bare knuckle boxing, right? Well, with that, I would say with that group, what you see it, Tim, would be more like a novice class. You know, like an amateur bare knuckle fighters. You know, the real bare knuckle boxing means bare fist fighting, and that's the difference. That's what we do. We are BKF. That's our logo, our trademark, bare knuckle fighting, and it's for a reason. That's what it means, bare knuckle fighting, not bandage knuckle fighting.
How does somebody like? Oh yeah, my bad, Tim. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I just had one more question. It wasn't bare knuckle boxing related, but it was something that was going on Twitter, I believe, between you and Roy Jones. Can you kind of get into that?
Yes, it's funny you should ask me that. 2 years ago, coming on 2 years, this December 18th, I was originally scheduled to fight him. You remember that, Tim?
Yeah, I was there for the press conference.
You were there at the press conference. Anyway, Roy pulled out 10 days before, and to be honest with you, I can't really get into that because of a few legal reasons, like with my attorney, and I can't really talk about that event. But I'm not knocking a man as a fighter because he's an all-time great fighter. You know, he is all-time great. But recently, Tim, I was minding my own business. I was at the Marco Huck fight when he got beat. Actually, where Steve Cunningham fought Antonio Tarver that night. And walking in the back room, I bumped into Roy. And I haven't seen him, understand, since the press conference. And And there was a little hard feelings when he backed out. Like, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I called him on the phone before he backed out the first fight. I begged him not to. I said, what are you doing, pal? The fight's made. And I just got a bad taste in my mouth towards him. But I seen him, and he was nervous when he seen me, and he said, let's make this fight happen. Like, he propositioned me. You understand, Tim? You know what I mean, Jesse, to me. I said, yeah. I said, well, what do you mean? Well, let's make this fight happen, Gunn. Let's do the fight right here in Jersey. Now, it's on video. I mean, my boy actually took a cell phone and he videotaped this. Anyway, I said, yeah, fair enough, I said. I said, you want to fight? That's no problem. Didn't take nothing off of boys. I don't really need him, to be honest with you, in my life right now. Anyway, when was that fight, boys, when Marco Hawk fought? How long ago?
August 14th.
There you go. Okay, August. In the middle of September, we get a phone call from his associate, Lee. That's his name, Lee. And he says, Roy would like to fight you December 18th. Now, understand, boys, this is a Thursday he contacts us. I said, yeah. And we want to make this fight happen. I said, well, we'll send the contract through. Calls Friday. Did you get the contract? I said, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. And to be honest with you, Dave Feldman was looking at it too, Tim, and my attorney, George Kokolinius. And, okay, yeah, look at it. All right, we need this contract like Monday morning. We need it back. Can you please send it back because Roy's going out of the country to England, and we want to make this fight happen. I said, right. I said, go ahead, sign the contract, make the fight happen. Ironic, 2 years to the original date, December the 18th in Louisiana. New Orleans, downtown Louisiana. That's where the fight they said was going to be right now. So, fair enough, I says. Now, fair play to them. Gets the contract signed. We're going to make a press conference in 1 week's time. I said, right. I said, you're going to England. I said, I'm going to England for a fight, he says. But I'll be back in a few days, the guy Lee said, and we'll make a press conference. I said, fair enough. Now they're in England, and now I hear rumors of him fighting Enzo Maccarelli, my old friend, my old opponent that we fought years ago. So I said, there you go. I said, look at this. This is a bunch of horror shit again. Anyway, long story short, he gets back Wednesday that week, and the guy Lee calls me up on the phone. I said, listen, pal, what's he doing? Well, he wants to fight Maccarelli at the end of November and then fight you December 18th. I said, listen, pal. I says, Roy's no spring chicken, and neither is myself. Come on. You're not going to fight a fight with a top-notch guy and come back and fight another fight 3 weeks later. So am I being wrong for saying that, boys? No, this is boxing, right? You don't do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No. He's probably not going to take that fight. He wants to fight you. Fair enough. Anyway, my attorney calls up the arena where they sent the agreement was going to be. The arena never heard of the fight. I was never in contact with anybody from Roy Jones' camp. It was a false agreement, boys, that they sent me. The contract didn't even, it was a joke. And, at the end of the day, you don't do stuff like that. That's not good business. And I text Roy. I said, Roy, your guys are making a fool out of me. No, they're not making a fool out of you. He says, we're going to make this happen. But here it is, boys, October the 21st. Now, that was a month ago. So nothing's happened. So between me and you, fellas, I don't put any, I don't want to put them down, but I mean, there isn't good morals in the business relations. You understand? I'm not putting down this fighting ability, boys. Hear me out. But the business aspect of it, there's a lot of holes in it, my pal.
Yeah, I feel to defend Roy, I'm just saying that Roy's just. I'm just saying. If you've been following Roy Jones lately, he's just making fights. Like he's making 3 fights ahead. He's making boom, boom, boom. He's just. That's how his schedule's been. And then he's been pulling out of certain ones. he was on the Knockout series. Because I was like, well, you know, I seen him on Knockout. I went on BoxRec. Let's see what Roy's up to. He had 3 fights scheduled, all within a couple months, like you're saying. You know, I don't think he.
Well, I'll tell you what upset me. I mean, it scared me a little bit. The fella that you remember he was supposed to fight in England and he pulled out of that fight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently the promoter of that event was talking to my attorney and said he gave Roy a deposit, and they were a little upset with Roy. But long story short, guys, like at the end of the day, why pursue somebody? You understand, boys, what I'm saying to you? Like, I was minding my own business, boys. You know what I mean? I wasn't bothering him. I seen him, fair play to you, Roy. God, no, I want to make this fight happen. And he was shaking. So I said, Roy, are you okay, pal? Yeah, I'm good, man. I want to make this fight happen. He was like all nervous. I said, okay. I think between me and you, because I'll fight in the street or bare knuckle. I think maybe he thought I was going to do something to him when he seen me. That's why he's all nervous. And I said, I'm not, boys. I'm not that way. I'm a businessman. I said, oh boy. I said, fair play. God love him. I mean, I wouldn't hurt the poor thing on the street fight. You know what I mean? Honest to God, I respect him. All respect in the world to him. But what I'm saying to you, boys, why pursue somebody? And I want you to know something. I said, Roy, don't play games with me, man. No, we're not playing games here. We're going to make this fight happen. And then, boys, it's been a month. Nothing's happened. But, I mean, I'm training my ass off. I mean,
that's not fair.
I retired from pro boxing, but he's the only fight I would fight. I respect him. He's an all-time great, and I would love to fight him. It'd be an ultimate dream come true. But I can't put a lot of weight into Roy Jones Jr. because I'm not being mean here. It's not good credit. In other words, if you have a bad credit score, you're not going to get a good credit rating, are you? So, I mean, well, my business with Roy hasn't been successful in the past, so I'm going to have to move on and let the legal take care of it.
But why do you think they would go through the trouble of sending you a false contract and everything? Like, do you think maybe it was just a misunderstanding on his side? I don't understand them printing out a fake contract.
Well, here's what I mean by false agreement. Hear me out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Gunn scheduled to fight Roy Jones Jr. Coming from them now, okay? His team. It's such and such date in the arena. Now, boys, you can't put the cart in front of the horse, can you? You have to have the arena locked down, you know what I mean? You have to have everything put down before you could give a contract to a fighter. The arena had nothing about the event, boys. No, we never contacted by nobody. Roy Jones Jr.? No. Never heard of him. I mean, we heard of him, but nobody contacted us. So, boys, it kind of makes no sense. You know, I mean, I can make a lot of speculations. I don't want to say too much because my attorney's handling it now.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'd be willing to drop everything, and if he wanted to fight, and if he actually, you know, he mentioned my name on videos, boys, that I'll fight anybody. I'll fight the Bobby Guns. I'll fight this and that. Why even bother mentioning my name? I mean, if I'm a nobody, don't mention my name. Like I'm saying to the boys, like he's pursuing this, boys. It's not me. And all that I'm saying to you, he prides himself on his word. I mean, he's not really living up to it. And all that I'm saying to, if he listens to this tonight, instead of all the horse shit, you want to fight, Roy, I'll fight you, my pal. I won't make a big deal. I won't make things hard. Any weight you want me to come in at, any date or time, let's make it happen, but in a business way. Like, you can't do it like, we'll fight in 2 weeks. If you want to do the original December 18th, follow through, Roy, like a gentleman. Don't send agreements that don't make no sense. Send an actual real contract that real venues and where the state commission knows about it. And that's all I can say. And then I'd be happy, boys.
Message to Roy Jones Jr. Wait, would you face some bare knuckle boxing?
Boys, let me tell you something. Some of these guys I lost in professional boxing because it was bullshit, controversial cuts and injuries on the street. None of those guys, I go through them like a dose of salts. And Roy would be a very easy fight for me in the street. But in the ring, he's a great fighter. I take my hat off to him, and I hope it happens. See, here's the problem. I might lose to every cruiserweight top guy in the world, but I'm not going to lose to Roy because Styles makes fights, okay? And this was my destiny to fight Roy Jones Jr. So I've been a young guy, I wanted him. And I know exactly how to make that fight hell. And it'll be a fight for the fans. Because, see, boys, at the end of the day, it's all about the fans. It's all about the boxing people. It don't make a difference if you don't like me, if you like me. I'm putting the show on for you. And I hope Roy, wants to make that happen, too, and make the right fight.
There we go. So that message is to Roy Jones Jr.
Man,
wait, what happened to him?
It can't be. Did you guys see who he fought on his last fight on his knockout show? Anyway, it's not even worth talking about.
Yeah, I see it, pal. Honest to God, I did. I did see it, but I mean, then I heard right now that he might be fighting Antonio Tarver. Is that this rumors or what's happening there?
I did not hear that.
Hear about that. Hey, Tim, do you know about that?
Just hot. Antonio
Tarver. What was the question, Jesse?
Did you hear anything about that? Jones versus Tarver 4?
I seen the fight poster for it. I don't know if it's true. Somebody's just doing it. Doesn't matter. Tarver can't fight again. He's probably going to be suspended for a year or two. He tested positive for steroids once again for the Steve Cunningham fight. And we'll get into that later with Steve Cunningham.
Right. Wait, what's your opinion on that, Bobby? Tarver. Tarver.
On Tarver, here's what it is. Anybody can have a problem one time in their life. Something could come up. Like, you don't know the circumstances. But if this is the second time, there is a problem there. But what I don't understand, and maybe I'm going to say something that all you guys, nobody is saying. For a man that's taking steroids, he doesn't really look that hard and good shape.
He looks the opposite.
Boxing I said the same thing. He's like, I'm not surprised he took steroids. I'm just surprised in the shape he was.
No, it doesn't. Why would he take?
Boys. If you're taking this stuff, there's a consequence. The price to pay, the consequence. But it's also, it does make the body look good. I've been under this impression, and God forgive me, he's got man titties. I don't think he's got a great physique. So I wish a fair play to him. I wish him the best. Honest to God, I do. I believe that Steve Cunningham was making a complaint about this before the fight happened, and then now you hear this stuff.
Yeah. And we have Steve Cunningham coming on soon. We're going to get into that with him too. Bobby, I just wanted to. Do you remember like the Kimbo Slice era, when he was real popular and stuff? Now, would he benefit in bare knuckle boxing? Would he be able to get into that? You think?
Well, yes, because he started. You understand? We're talking to him and his manager, and we offered him $200,000 guaranteed money plus a percentage of the pay-per-view. It'd be a bare-knuckle super fight. It'd be a sanctioned fight. And hear me out.
I'll take that $200,000.
Oh my God, yeah. But anyway, believe me, they weren't offering that to me. That's what he was getting. I was taking nothing to get him. But anyway, boys. But at the end of the day, is he a great fighter? No. But he's a lightning rod for attention. Let's be honest. Everybody knows him. So if you look at it in the investor's mind, the $200,000 was cheap because the pay-per-view would have been crazy because people buy crazy. Crazy sells. Right. And that's what they were doing. Guys, but yes, it's funny you mentioned his name. I've been like the stalker after him for 7 years. Okay, I'm trying to get him. I hope to God he steps up to the plate too before we get on the senior citizen tour. And we got to do it soon.
Wait, do you think he's scared or?
Well, I'm not going to say scared. I hate to say that word because they're fighters, but listen, boys. If somebody offered me $200,000, I'd fight them naked if I had that. Okay, you're going to pull my. So that's all I can say. I don't know. I don't know the answers, but put 1 and 1 makes 2, and 2 and 2 makes 4. Do the math, right?
Right. Well, okay. And I know boxing now. You wanted to get into a fight, right? You wanted to talk to Bobby Gunn.
Oh yeah. Well, when I knew you were coming on, Bobby, the fight with you and Shelby Gross was crazy.
Oh, man.
You got to get into that.
It was something else. Teddy Atlas said it was the most controversial modern-day fight, and he said I should be the poster boy for controversial.
Yes.
It's comical. And to be honest with you, it was the long count was 19 seconds. It was actually longer than the Dempsey Tunney long count. It was 14 seconds. And to be honest with you, I fought Shelby the second fight for the WC International title. I knocked him out, but you know something? At the end of the day, he was a hard-hitting guy, hit like a mule, and the fight itself was crazy and dirty, and there was a lot of things involved in that fight, like it just, you know, it was like the referee's credentials wasn't right, and the timekeeper. I mean, it was just a joke. The timekeeper didn't hit the time and the rounds. It truthfully was a circus act. I'll never forget it. It was a great night. Now I look back because it's behind me.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it today again, and I can't believe what I watched. It was unbelievable, man. You know, my brother, anything you can imagine it's been done to me in boxing, I've seen it. Yeah.
You know, world title fights, stop you, a little cut in my nose, and the referee grabbed me and told me to get back home to America, you dirty gypsy bastard. I mean, you can't believe the stuff I've seen and been involved in. And to tell you the truth, here's the bottom line. You got to love boxing because it hates you back. You know what I mean? So it's a one-way love street. But I had a great career, man. I won many titles, 5 fall titles, and fought legends and Hall of Famers, and I have no regrets. The only regret I have is Roy Jones Jr. If he would fight, it would fulfill my career. That's the fight I want, boys. But you know, boys, I got a great. I hope so, but I got a great team right now. You know, I got Dave Philman working, Joe McEwen, Danny Provenzano. I got my brother Doug at MMA Fight Fans on Twitter, who runs all my social media, makes interviews for me. Like, you couldn't ask for a better team right now. But the icing on the cake would be Roy Jones with the boys. I'm really gonna beat that drum, boys. I want it, brother. Come on, man. Where's the horse shit here? Why all these Mickey Mouse games? You know, if you're gonna fight a man, fight a man. If you're gonna make a date with a man, stand up to the date. You know what I mean? Don't give me the runaround, because there's no man born of a mother that I would back down to. I wouldn't fight. And I guarantee you, if I call you out, high, noon, or water, I'm gonna be there to fight you that date. And when they sent me a contract, that's calling me out, right, boys? That's the fight. That's the fight. I mean, I'm a gunslinger. I'm a born gunslinger. I'll die a gunslinger. When you call a gunslinger to fight him. Why play these games?
So
the man of his credibility, man.
So you didn't get an answer. You didn't get one answer from his team saying, "Hey, we just didn't want the fight. We're going another direction." No, man, the guy Lee. No, that date is we're still it's under consideration. My attorney said, "What do you mean consideration? You sent the contract through for him to sign. You put a rush on it, a deadline in 2 days. But the contract, the people on the contract and the venue doesn't even know nothing about the event. So it's a false agreement." Mm-hmm. If that's what you think it is, you're saying that. I mean, silly talk. I mean, it was like talking to a moron on the phone, and whoever's running his business. So, my brother, honest to God, and when you get Roy on the phone, you have a 30-second time frame. Okay, bro, yeah. That's how you talk. You can't talk to him. Mm-hmm. So that 30 seconds, want to fight, yes or no? That's what it's like now, okay? Yeah, the fight's on. And it's insanity, boys. It's a waste of time. To be honest with you, probably the fight will have to be in the street one day. That's the only way I'm going to get him, all right? That's what it looks like now. It's going to happen on the street next time we meet, because she's not half in the ring, boys. I mean, we'll do the best. I hope we'll do the best we can, Bobby. I just want to see Roy kind of retire at this point. Whether you retire him or he just retires.
I want to see the fight now. I want to see the fight now. I mean, don't let him retire. I want to see the fight now.
Yeah, Roy.
We'll do the best we can on social media. We'll put this out there, Bobby.
Thank you, boys. I want to tell you, and I put this link tonight, this interview, to my Twitter account and the Facebook, and I want all my fans. I got like close to 300,000 on Twitter. I really want them to listen, and I wanted to say this tonight. Bare knuckle boxing, before I go, is going to be a sport of the future. And to the naysayers and the doubters, they can say what they want, but it's coming. It's a revolution. It's coming. And I also want to say, give my love and respect to the next guest, Steve Cunningham. He's my old pal. I wish him the best, and I'm behind him. I mean, he's a boy that should be a poster boy for controversy and with bad decisions.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do, Bobby. Thanks so much for coming on, man. And we'll love to have you on sooner than later, man.
And before you go, remember Warriors come play. I'm going to say, Roy, come out and play.
Wow.
Top man, that'll do, lads. Thanks for having me on, and may the good Lord bless you and everything you do, all right? I appreciate it, fellas.
Thanks a lot, Bobby.
God bless you, boys. Have a good one, boys.